Hello, you guys. My name is Shania Smith, and this is for the Honors College. So, a little bit more about myself. I am 20 years old. I first went to college at SPC, St. Petersburg College. So, I'm originally from St. P. I'm not from Fort Myers. So, I am a junior transfer because I did do 2 years there and got my associate's degree. I am a business management major. I have two siblings. My favorite hobbies are drawing and dancing, and I like to work out a little bit. And yeah, some of my favorite foods, I like mac and cheese, not shrimp alfredo, actually chicken alfredo pasta is really good. Just a little bit of stuff about me. And yeah, I currently live like my hometown. I've lived with my siblings, mom, and grandma. So those are like my household people. And I do have a dog. She's Empress. We've had her for 10 years, so she's getting pretty old. So yeah. So what purpose means to me right now, and how it has evolved throughout the years. Purpose to me, I think purpose means just, purpose. I guess it's just like your own. I think it's just like finding yourself. Like, what do you think is your reasoning for doing what you do and being the person you are today? I think that's what it means. And I've actually struggled with that a lot growing up because, like, I never really had that confidence, that stride when I was younger. Just a lot of insecurities, a lot of self-reflecting, not really knowing my own self. And I feel like now, being 20 and dealing with that since I was like 10 years old up until 18, I've realized, my purpose and me knowing what I want and knowing what I bring to not only myself but my family and friends. Like, what do I bring to the table with them? Like, just helping them out, showing kindness, making them happy, making my family happy, my little siblings. Like, I'm the oldest. I have little siblings, so I'm the oldest, and my purpose to them is just like to show them the way, show them and be their guide to seeing how it is being in college, handling finances, just growing up. And I feel like that's my purpose to them. So it's just figuring out those things with different people in your circle and figuring out what do you do that kind of impacts their lives in a positive way. So I think that's what it is, and I think that's how I've grown to understand that while growing up, because back when, like, I didn't really have that kind of self-confidence in myself and just understanding, my purpose of doing what I did. I had to really sit and evaluate and go through all of my mistakes and issues and learn from it and understand that that's not what I want to keep doing in my life, and understand what I want and setting those standards for myself. So I feel like that is what I really understood growing up until 20 years of age. So yeah, and I'm doing really good so far. Not stressing a lot, having peace, no arguing, not letting people's words dictate how I choose to live my life, and just moving on my accord and moving how I want to move, not listening to people on the sidelines. So yeah. And then what motivates me when no one's watching, I guess in any aspect, like with school, and like a job wise, I would say just going for it. Like with school, this spring semester, you know, I had all A's, and it was that I don't think I've ever had straight A's. I didn't have straight A's since maybe once in middle school. Like, I've always been an AB student, and to have straight A's in college while being alone on my own is really, I really am amazed at myself and very proud of myself. Not spring semester, fall semester. Yeah, fall semester. I'm very proud of myself, you know, that last fall semester, because I never thought I would have straight A's. You know, I've always been an AB student, you know, making sure my grades are good. But straight A's, I'm very proud of myself for that. And I think what I always do is, like, I always just not worry. I feel like with school-wise, like, if I would make a bad grade on a test and I know it would bring my grade down, I would not make it seem like it's the end of the world. Like, people get C's, they get D's, some people get F's on tests, and it's fine. It's just a lesson learned. And I just had to realize, like, it happens, and, you know, as long as you realize your mistakes and grow from it and study harder or go to tutoring, it can be good. So I would just not stress. I would just be like, okay, I have this D on my test. I have this homework assignment that I got wrong, like, got a bad grade on. Okay, then that's that. And I just move on, and I just make a better grade the next time, you know? So I think just not worrying, because once I start worrying, I start overthinking, and I start making a big deal out of it, and then it makes my whole, like, mood go down, and it doesn't make me want to study no more. It makes me just feel like I'm just not gonna be good on any homework exam, on any homework, any exams, any tests. It just puts my mood down. So I think by just calming down, reevaluating myself, understanding that it's a, you know, it happens, you know, it's gonna be okay. It's not the end of the world, and just being at ease just makes it much better. Like, yeah, that's really how it was, and that's how it was fall semester. Like, college algebra, I took that last semester. The first exam, I had an A in that class. The first exam, I had like a 48. That brought my grade down to what, a D? I was upset, but I was just like, okay, I have a bad grade on this test, but I have 5 more tests to go. So what do I have to do to improve that? Go to tutoring or study. So as the test kept progressing, I had got a 66, then a 71, then an 80, 88, 88, 89, 95. So, like, you know, like, as long as I am not stressing and not pressuring myself to just, like, oh my God, like, I got a bad grade, I just stay calm. And I think that a lot of people should just do that. Like, people are so kind of like, they're just like, have to make the perfect grades, and I understand that. I love to make, you know, good grades. Like I said, I stand on making sure that my academics is good. Like, I study, do my homework on time, everything. I make sure everything is good, done on time. But you're gonna always make mistakes on a homework assignment, test, so it's gonna happen. It's gonna always happen, like, you know, so you just have to be calm and just learn from what you did wrong in the assignment, you know? And then for just, like, in general, like, what motivates me, my family. I always say this, like, my family, you know, with work and, like, job and stuff like that. Like, in general, my family, like, they've always motivated me. I am a first-generation student going to college in my family, so I feel like that's very important. And given this opportunity, you know, I definitely need to show out and, you know, make a meaningful impact in what, you know, this opportunity has for me, you know, being the first gen and, you know, breaking those generational curses and graduating and getting my big girl job. You know, I just want to make my family proud and, you know that I never gave up, because there were times where I wanted to give up because of, you know, failing a class or yeah, failing class or getting a bad grade on something I wanted to give up, but you know, my family, they've always pushed me, they've always helped me, you know, they gave me guidance and good words of advice, and I've trusted them. And you know, I'm a junior now, so I've come this far. I cannot give up. I will not give up. So I just feel like, you know, they're definitely like my big support system, and every day when I see them and you know they say they're proud of me, and you know they're always checking up on me, how I'm doing in my schoolwork or my grades. I always like that because they care and they want me to do good. So yeah, I definitely think my family is definitely like my motivation. Like they motivate me a lot, and you know they want me to do good. So yeah. So yeah, I think that is my brief essay. Thank you.